empires for a very, very long time. Okay, and as a result of that sustaining, there's been great suffering. There's been great harm done to the ecosystem, the environment, the atmosphere. Now, not only are you and I responsible right now to make sure that this mess gets cleaned up and start paying attention to the lives that are calling out to us to administer our justice and responsibility. You know, the Most High is also calling out to us, and has been for as long as the empire that we are living under presently has been running. And now more than ever, it's closer than you think. That voice is no longer afar. It's right here on the earth. Now, brothers and sisters, I had to do what I did. Nihilism isn't where it's at. Nihilism is certainly not where it's at. Okay? I mean, really, in your mind, does nothing really matter? Beyond being a spirit, having a human experience, we are spirits with a greater purpose than piling up pieces of paper with ink on it, piling up a reputation and a superficial, artificial self-worth. There are things that you and I are supposed to be doing, the things that we got to do to get the job of our true purpose to sustain the pre-programmed evolutionary processes of all lesser conscious life. And to do that, we have to restore our sight as well as our bodies. Our sight, perception, back to omniscience and omnipotence. Okay? Seeing past what we see, taste, touch, smell, and hear. And hearing past what we see, taste, touch, smell, and hear. And feeling past. Touching past. Because you and I exist in everything. And you and I have to, once again, assume that orientation consciously. We must. It is our responsibility. This is our job. Not further allowing our disabled conscious awareness to be used against us. Our imbalance enables, sustains theirs and a world full of suffering, as well by industry that sustains ego. For instance, the sluicing I mentioned earlier. These industries exist so that unconscious individuals can run around with a gold chain around their neck. They sell anything and everything imaginable for us to destroy ourselves in stores. Everything. After they've corrupted and abused our minds. And given us the wrong evolutionary narrative. Given us the wrong narrative reality on the evolutionary process is happening in this Matrix program. After they've given us misidentity programming and left us insecure and feeling as if we shouldn't have a problem with harming another person just to survive, become successful, and make it to a better station and better class. The box we live in is so disgusting, it's ridiculous. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Folks, from here on out, the last thing you want to do is not listen to every word I've told you. The power that I told you is here, is very real. as many of you, if you've been viewing the last few clips, and if you've been following my videos over the last few weeks, you have realized this is not a joke, and it's not something you want to play with. It doesn't matter how dysfunctional your ass is, or delusional you might be, or what you believe about your physical reality and your physical identity and who you think y'all are, beyond your flesh. I'm talking about, your masqueraded ego. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Not, believe me, that stuff is as far as long in my mind, it's already flushed down the toilet. In the angel's mind, it's already flushed down the toilet. Trust me. Listen, I have no reason to lie to you at all. None. What do I have to gain? My reward ain't riches. My reward's not becoming a millionaire. First of all, I can make a ton of money without having to ask anybody for a dime. All I have to do is acquire a license, and boom, boom, bam, it's done. Hello? Furthermore, I own 160, I'm pretty sure, acres of property. I don't have to be doing this. Okay? I inherited it 30 years ago. I was too young to know that I inherited it. It was when I got in trouble. Okay? I don't need anything that, because I could become a billionaire with my mind and my property. You understand that? Mr. Oh, he's a bum. He don't have nothing. He can't take you nowhere. He can't do shit. He's stuck on drugs. That nigga can't get off the street. Oh, he's probably chasing a guy. Hey, listen, guys. Listen. You couldn't imagine what you're fucking dealing with. Excuse my language, guardians. Please forgive me. No disrespect. I'm allowed to be angry, by the way, so look out below. And don't piss me off and my brothers and sisters off, because we will come to rectify things. Kisukucha akra. And you can't see half of my brothers and sisters. I can't even call them males and females. All I know is they got some hellfire for every one of you. No. Come on, boy. Come on, girl. Bring it. Show me what you got. That's exactly what I thought. Nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to those of you who are certainly worthy of a better existence, because it's right around the corner. It's in the atmosphere you're breathing. It's in the air you're breathing, in the atmosphere your avatar is presently moving through. It's right there. The unrepentant, blood-lusting idolater. The one who believes that nothing matters and nothing matters except matter over mind. Nothing matters except matter over mind. And this is why you and I are programmed and pushed so hard to focus all of our energy on things that begin and end. Without you and I believing that we begin and end, without you and I believing that our identity is found in our mom and dad's combined genetics, all right? A temporary electrochemical temporal support in time, okay? In the Matrix. When you think about time, think about the Matrix, okay? The Matrix exists, but the Matrix is also an illusion, because it's a support field where every physical chemical construct you run into, you can only be in it for a second. Why? Because you exist in everything. Everything is electromagnetically conducive, or magnetically conducive. Am I saying that properly? I hope I am, but I got such an expansive mind. Believe me, it's something you guys will get used to. I may say something backwards, but that's very seldom. But my point is God, wait till you hear all this stuff. It's amazing. We are really here, guys. Really. It's amazing. I can't, I cry so much because I can't believe we're here. Whoa. This is like, let me go on, okay? So we can get this done. I want to check my time, by the way, please. So, to go on here, brothers and sisters, we living by the influence of individuals who don't mind being divided and don't mind discord and don't mind drama and don't mind seeing two individuals destroy each other with words or with, sneaky ways. We have brought ourselves to a place where it's very hard to overcome bad choices. It's very hard to overcome, different ways of, living, via our traditions. We love having a barbecue rib in our mouth. I mean, it almost gets me sick to think about, but these are the things that we've grown to love. And it's very hard it's very hard to live when you have conviction for things that you have done and the things that you do. But the reality is, brothers and sisters, that you and I have been programmed with a false reality narrative. So we haven't had the expansive knowledge on who we are from an interdimensional perspective. This is a spirit body reality. So, in scientific terms, from an electrochemical magnetic perspective, an interdimensional perspective, you and I have no awareness of anything. And this is one of the reasons why they call us the lost immortals of Israel, the lost children of Israel, the lost children of light. Okay, we don't know that this is not the only avatar that we have the capacity, the mental capacity to travel through. We don't know that we're in a matrix program. The Bible just tells us this much about that. Don't you, guys? Yeah, you do. You know what I'm talking about. They want to keep that away from you, brothers. Why? Because your mind controls it. Ding dongs. I'm just having fun. So, because of the inner turmoil that you and I take on, with that unknowing, because of that inner turmoil, brothers and sisters, it's hard to forgive ourselves, and it's also, when it comes to forgiving other individuals for what they've done to us, it's almost impossible for us to get over what they've done. Well, I'm here to let you know. When you become aware of who you really are, and you are willing to say, you know what, it's time for me to exit this and enter this, you'll be able to give up on death, because you are life. You don't begin and end like individuals in this program who carry a frequency of awareness that leads them to believe they do, for the purpose of the yang conscious frequencies rebalancing, so that we can go straight to the top once again. Okay. These individuals will know finally that they are immortals as well as you and I. They will know that they don't have to lie to us in regards to who we are, so that their worst curse side can be sustained to ultimately bring us all to destruction in the matrix. Time. where beginnings and endings support our electromagnetic travels. I'm sorry, I kind of just got, I started to think about another aspect of this conversation, but I'm going to save that for later. Feeling convicted for failing. Every one of us, we all know that we're wrong, and how it, but now it's time to transform our collective guilt to innocence, our darkness, brothers and sisters, to light. You know, with the false reality narrative we've been given, and with the false religious narrative that we've been given, where the truth is given to us, but it is mixed up so that chaos can be sustained, as well as the existence of truth, of course, which births high vibrational electromagnetic potential in this matrix program, but to counterbalance the low vibrational electromagnetic potential produced by you and I, spirits hidden behind these bodies that we believe we are. Okay, but you know, we learn that God is jealous. And is God jealous? No, God is not jealous. You and I are only jealous when you and I decide that we're going to live in a box. When we live outside of this box of misidentity, where we want to enslave each other for self-worth, and sell each other our own minds for self-worth, sell reflections of each other our own minds for the value of a bigger butt. Okay? Before you and I decided to do that, we didn't even understand what jealousy was. We were life who chose death. And right now we are life again. Or we're choosing life again. That is my hope. If you don't, I've already chosen life. And I'm well on my way to ensuring that I'm getting to the other side, baby, of this wonderful, amazing moment that you're about to see transform right in front of your eyes, by the way. So, we know we're wrong and we have to change, okay? Because God is not jealous. Our Most High it's all about balance. Balance, balance, balance. So no, the Most High is not jealous. The Most High is only concerned about balance and does correct imbalance and electromagnetic conscious disorder. So what's realignment? I mean, without rehab, will rehab help us? Locking ourselves into a room full of individuals who are no more spiritually sensitive than a damn rock? Can we step up and be true moms and dads? I mean, really, our kids have enough third eye blind friends who are in the box with them. I mean, we really don't need to go any further having an in-a-box awareness about who we are as spirits within this matrix program and throughout our spectrum, our radio frequency spectrum, which is what you've been told to call outer space by Will Robinson and his mom and dad. Okay? Rehab won't help because we're imbalanced electromagnetic conscious spirits who are in great delusion, and we have great disconnect from ourselves, from who we truly are. Okay, we're in great masquerade. Drugs aren't our problem. Have you ever heard you follow you everywhere, even when you go to rehab? You're there in your feeling of entitlement. in your insecurity, in your bloodlust, in your false hope for success, or your false desire to, or your disorderly desire to have a relationship with an individual who doesn't even vibrate with your frequency potential, which means that you're further exacerbating your magnetic misalignment that exists between you and your melanated woman. I'm speaking specifically to the brothers and sisters, but same thing going on with you other bloodlines. You have been, left in such chaos that nihilism is big. Hey, nothing matters. No order matters. And what happens? At the end, what happens? Where do you end up? Right where you are. Left with a government that tells you responsibility don't matter. It ain't my damn fault. Unbelievable how it is that you and I don't realize that we are without true guidance and leadership. And we have been for so long. Who are you? We are a bloodline, an all bloodline variant frequency of consciousness or unconsciousness. We're vibrating with more life or more death, exemplifying more control and order or loss of it. And being in disorder. You are a thought that thinks with more and is assisted by more darkness, or with more, or assisted by more light. Why are we hypocritical and sinful in all our ways, called the lost children of the Most High? Because we, gaining more negative energy and greater electromagnetic inversion, don't see a line between darkness and light. Now, folks, to my melanated brothers and sisters, in this Matrix program, there is a light, or there is a high vibrational electromagnetic track that we, being the Christ conscious frequency, should exist on. Traveling with every reincarnation to more extended bodies, extended in years under the sun and moon cycles. And that would be what that track would be what the Bible describes as the tree of the knowledge, or the tree of life in the Bible. Okay? It's an electromagnetic pathway that's pre-programmed in this Matrix program to exist for us as we travel to our best pre-programmed destinies with our third eye open, the one that the Bible says that discusses or describes the two eyelets. And it was when you and I decided that we were going to close this third eye and open these two, which meant that we were going to stop being omniscient, omnipotent, and responsible in all our function, whether that be conscious or the function of our traditions. When we decided to consume blood, our frequency was cut off from us. Why? Because the animals carry 5 cents. They carry the emotional awareness, that they carry a frequency of awareness that only that correlates only to our lower vibrational, emotional field frequencies of perception. In other words, animals can hear, taste, touch, smell, and see just like you and I can. But animals can't fix their own bodies like you and I can. There goes the separation in conscious potential, electromagnetic potential, awareness, and function. Okay? So when you and I decided to consume animals, okay, the Bible tells you in Leviticus 17, 10, and 12, do not, if you're a black man or a woman, consume meat. Instead of the manna, we wanted meat. Now, we weren't in these bodies before, at the time we chose to decided to eat meat. So don't look at yourself. Don't look at the outside of the body, the avatar you're in, and you go, I hate you. Because the literal truth is none of our bodies are valuable bodies. When you consider the spectrum of avatars that are available to you in this program. And I'll give you greater awareness of that shortly. So please don't do that, because you're only going to harm yourself. You are the only force in this Matrix program at this moment that can turn everything around for all of us. This is why I cried so much earlier in the show, because you couldn't imagine what you are. And I cry because the power that is with me is a power that is with us all the time normally, but we're not privy to this knowledge nor the experience of it. But if you knew, you would flip the fuck out. Excuse my language, because it's so amazing. So just forgive me for breaking down there. Oh, man. All of you are beautiful. All of you have the Christ frequency right now. All of you who vie to attach with the Most High, who've been told, hey, you only live once, then you're going to heaven. Listen, the Most High is here. And if you vie, and if you have been vying to get to heaven, heaven's here, baby. I promise you that. And if you don't believe me, you're going to find out you were absolutely wrong. I can assure you of that. Oh boy, listen, folks, I know it well. I know it well. Lance Curb, I told you I know everything. When those words that were in your friend's, your guest's head were taken out of his head and given to me, and I was able to tell you what your guest was going to say, I was able to tell your audience what your guest was going to say 35, 40 seconds before your guest said it to your audience. That's very real power, Mr. Curb. Hey, never judge a book by its cover, my friend. This is what you and I gotta get over. The outside of a woman's ass, or her body, or do you think a male lion is sitting there looking at the outside of a female gorilla's ass and sitting there going, oh, I'm putting all my energy into that today. No. You fucking nut. And this is why you fuckers ain't gonna survive fucking with me. Brothers and sisters, you gotta forgive my language, because I'm up against a hell of a battle, but it's already done. It pisses me off that these people could be so vile. I got something else for you. Don't worry. You ain't seen nothing yet. We're only just beginning. So why are we hypocritical? It's because we don't see a line between conscious power, 7th sensory awareness, and 5th sensory awareness. Why? Because we now have the power to vibrate both. We can be the voodoo doctor and we can be the stock market trader. We created the market. We're the voodoo. We're the high priest that created a goddamn market that's destroying the whole damn planet. Yin and yang, okay? The best of this and the best of that. So what happened was, because we keep reincarnating, not with this, going this way, not with high vibrational, third eye open, omniscient, omnipotent, interdimensional awareness, function, responsibility, going this way, but we froze ourselves because we chose to vibrate through our five senses, operate through our five senses, and define ourselves by the body that our five senses, that we process all the information here in this the third dimension that our five senses allow us to experience. Okay? So now we're stuck in suspended animation like this. Oh, God, forgive me for my sins. Wake up tomorrow. God, forgive me for my sins. Wake up tomorrow, do it again. Oh, man, I'm never going back to her. 2 minutes later, you see her, you're back to her. Jekyll and Hyde began when you and I decided to, instead of being the grand equalizers of this Matrix program, where we travel on from life to life to life to life to life to life, or in this direction, okay, avatar to avatar, as a conscious collective that is unseen behind the flesh of a melanated race. What we chose to do is reincarnate with greater desire to be defined by what we see, taste, touch, smell, and hear, instead of making sure that all the things that we did see were stable enough to function collaboratively, collectively, to sustain our advance into our best pre-programmed destinies. Listen, folks, there are people out here attempting to create their own platform, giving you this information. They can't do it. They don't know anything. They're not guided. They're in total delusion. And I'm going to only make them look stupid as I go forward with this program. And it's coming right now. Okay? I need you to know these people want to keep you away from the truth of this reality in the Matrix. And they'll do anything to accomplish it. And you and I now have the power, the information, the dignity to make sure that our Father's creation, what we call our Father's creation, is respected and regarded. You and I have a responsibility to get back to natural order, and anyone who stands in our way, we have the responsibility to now get them out of the way. The only thing that they have against us is our faith in them, in the faith in their way. I heard a gentleman the other day say that I can't remember his name. Anyways, this gentleman was